Good morning. Today is the day. I don't care what it takes, how long I have to stay in Starbucks. Today is the day. Am I tired? Yeah. But this is the main functionality of the app. Like, I have to get this done today. I spent some time yesterday working on an action plan, or what I'm calling a traction plan, to determine the best way to get users on the app. And I read some documentation and I figured out what I'm doing wrong. So I'm getting dressed and then comes the fun part. So all this behind me is what I wrote last night. It's the traction plan I told you guys about. And it's intentionally blurry because, and I need to sign up for that startup program today. So for those that don't know, I'm Dev, a software engineer here in Austin, Texas, and welcome to the Building My Startup series. Remote start is one of the best features cars have gotten in the past few years. If you have the means of picking one up, I highly recommend. That's a Ferris Bueller reference if you guys don't know.
If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up.
So a quick update since Lewis joined the team. Things have been great. He's been building features. We can brainstorm ideas together. A team is much better than a single developer. And this is coming from a person, as I admitted in the other video. One thing to know about me is I have hyper independence, I guess you would call it. That has hyper independence. But man, this is way better. If you have the opportunity to build a team, I highly suggest it. Really, the best part about it is just having somebody else that you can make stuff with. I mean, having one of your best friends help you build the company of your dreams and just take on some of these big companies. It's just a lot of fun. Today, I'm switching it up. I'm at a different coffee shop, not Starbucks today. This one is on East MLK, a historically black area in Austin, but now it's being gentrified. And before I get into more tech, I just want to say I'm making these videos because on our first startup, I always wanted to see something like this. I wanted to see somebody else building something from the ground up. So that's my intention with this video, and I hope you guys get some valuable content from it. So in the first video, you guys saw that I could render a single image on the app, but I'm actually trying to render multiple images now. And I was gonna use a scrollable view at first, but then I discovered flat lists, which use lazy loading, so it's much better for performance. Problem is, Lewis and I were having a hard time getting the flat list element to work, but I read some docs yesterday and I think I figured out the problem. That's for the folks that care about the techie part, but if you didn't understand any of that, then basically I read some stuff and I know what to do now. And if it still doesn't work, I'm just gonna blow the whole thing up and fix the entire front end. So after some testing, I'm gonna have to just blow the entire thing up. I mean, start from a blank screen because something's going on. Code review in 5, 4, 3, 2. So as you guys can see here, I've got 2 text inputs for my location and search term fields. And I've got my search button for the user to submit their search query. I'm passing in the search term to these callback functions, which will reset the state variables there. And now I'm creating these two functions that will be called when certain actions are done. For example, this handle search will be run whenever the user hits search. I'm calling the /API/search route, passing in location, search term, and offset as data. And now I'm creating a promise, which I'm setting Yelp photos to the response data. And here I'm just setting some state variables. And finally, I just have to set the source to the image URL, and hopefully this works. Funny thing here, I was recording a time lapse and my phone fell off the table, so that's what this funky clip is for. So I pretty much got everything written now, so this actually should work. I'm gonna test it live with you guys here. And there we go. It's working. Cool. So now that I have the search feature working, I have to work on pagination, which basically means when I reach the bottom of the screen, it'll automatically pull more data from the API. I've already got most of the code written, but for some reason I'm getting an error with the rendering of the new images. So it's gonna be a task. So my Apple Watch told me that it was time to stand up, so I'm out taking a short walk. I ended up getting the pagination to work using like spread operators, but the issue now is it duplicates the first page whenever it retrieves the data once again. So thinking about how to solve that. We'll see. I'll let you guys know, and I'll show you a clip of the code in a second. So pay attention to these first few images here because they're going to be re-rendered at once. Yeah, so here they are again. As you can see, they've been re-rendered. But if I keep scrolling the second part of the list, now we've never seen any of these images. So that's the trouble that I'm having. The first page is being re-rendered for some reason. So long story short, I don't think I'm gonna finish the pagination right now. I talked to Lewis to see if he had any ideas on how to fix that problem, but I think I'm gonna have to learn a little bit of Jotai, which is like a state management system that we're working on, or I mean that we're gonna use. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break, probably go out for some drinks with a friend, and then I guess I'm gonna learn Jotai. And again, that's like the best part of teamwork is I can just call Lewis and say, you got any ideas about this algorithm? And he can like contribute. I know, what a concept. So it's looking like he and I are gonna pair again today after the NBA All-Star game.